Hello, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. We will be going over the astrology transit highlights from February 17th to February 23rd. We have Mars going direct at the end of the week, literally the end, Sunday night. How exciting is this? I am so pumped for Mars to go direct. It feels like it's been retrograde for 2 years, but maybe that's just me. Let me know how you've been doing this Mars retrograde in the comments below because I have not been loving it, if I'm being honest, at all. Well, this week is kind of a boring week, and I'm okay with that. I feel like that we've had all these heavy hitter transits going on and a lot of change. I have experienced a lot of change. I know a lot of you have experienced a lot of change, and it's okay to have a little bit more of a boring week, but we can definitely utilize this energy to make our week better. So let's get into it. February 17th, we wake up on Monday with the moon in Libra. Libra moons are all about community. They're about friendships. They're about your lovers, like about all that fun stuff. Like just Libra is the sign of partnerships and relationships. So when the moon is in Libra, we have a tendency to want to be around our partners more. Take a look at which whole sign ruled house Libra rules for you because this is your emotional focus this day. We do have a lot of water energy going on, so this Libra moon might make us feel a little bit more like in our thoughts. What I mean by that is you'll be thinking about one thing, but then all of a sudden your thoughts will drift to another thing. It can also bring up some indecision as well, just because we have Mercury in Pisces and Libra and Pisces. People that have a lot of Libra and Pisces in their chart, like I don't even know how you get stuff done because I have so much Libra in my chart and I feel indecisive right now. A lot more indecisive when Mercury is in Pisces because Mercury in Pisces is all about going with the flow. It is what it is, but I know who I am. Monday is just a really feel-good day. Take a look at your chart though, because if you have any planets in Libra, this could also amplify your emotions a little bit, but good emotions. Like it's not bad, not good or bad. It's just that Libra energy is where our emotions are going to be directed. On February 18th, we will wake up with a Scorpio moon. There is so much water in our sky. So we'll have the moon in Scorpio, which Scorpio moons, it's a really great time to dig deep and understand the true meaning behind why you do the certain things you do, especially when it comes to your emotional tendencies. Scorpio moons can really bring out that darkness and really ask for that transmutation. It's just like a death and rebirth every time we have a Scorpio moon. You know, if you have a natal Scorpio moon, this is going to be very comfortable energy for you. Every time the moon is in one of our moon signs, it just feels more comfortable because we're used to this vibration. You're used to this energy. We wake up with this Scorpio moon energy, which can make us feel a little bit more drained if we have something that's looking to be healed. On February 18th, on Tuesday, we will also be waking up with it being Pisces season. I mean, honestly, can we get any more water? If you have tons of water in your chart, take advantage of this energy. I bet you guys are feeling very comfortable. I have no water in my chart, so water energy can really, if you don't have any water in your chart, it can really force you to slow down and stop being so analytical and more in your feels and more in your body. And you know what? The Scorpio moon is going to really help with that. Just like amplify being in your body, understanding vibrations and what you're feeling from a body perspective, not a mind and not an analytical perspective. We do have Venus though in Aries, so that's like our one saving grace right now to kind of mix up the energy, especially if you're a fire sign. You know, having Venus in Aries is going to be really beneficial for you. Venus and Mercury will both be going retrograde in March, which I will talk about when we get there. But enjoy this Venus and Aries energy, especially with Pisces season, and it's really going to shift your focus. I mean, we have so much going on in the Pisces sector of our chart. So much is happening. We have the North Node there. I mean, that's a huge energetic shift within itself, right? North Node is where we're going in life. It's pulling us towards this. We have Neptune there. We have Saturn, Mercury, and now the Sun will be there. And when the Sun shifts into Pisces, your focus is going to be that house. And with all the added energy going on, it's going to be amplified. On February 19th, we wake up with the moon in Scorpio again. And because we have all of this beautiful Pisces water energy going on, the moon will be making these trines to those placements. So it will be making a trine to the North Node, to Neptune, to Saturn, to Mercury. Trines are natural flowing energy. You don't need to try for a trine, so that is just beautiful within itself. So even if you are somebody having more of a tougher time with the Scorpio moon and all this water energy, and it's asking you to heal and maybe unrooting some shit that you don't want to deal with, the trine aspects is going to give you this feel good feeling to your healing process. And if you're somebody that loves water energy, I bet you're going to be thriving. On February 20th, we will wake up with the moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius moons are super fun. Well, fun for me, they're my 5th house, but just Sagittarius energy in general is all about exploration, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone to learn something new. So you might start to feel after this Scorpio moon, if you guys experience kind of like a death and rebirth when it comes to your emotional perception, you might be itching to start something new, whether that's like a new hobby or a new subject to learn. It doesn't have to be super aggressive, but you might get this itch for a little bit of freedom, especially if you have this perception change happen during this Scorpio moon. On February 20th, on Thursday, we will also have Mercury, the planet of our mind and communication, which is sitting in Pisces, making a square to Jupiter sitting in Gemini. This transit can bring optimism. You can feel really, really good. Yes, it is a square, and squares tend to create tension, but with Jupiter being a benefic planet, and it gives us that growth and expansion and where we're looking to grow, it does add this lightness to it. But Mercury's in Pisces, okay? Mercury in Pisces is being lost in the clouds, and Jupiter in Gemini is all about communication and information. So this day, you could get really sidetracked, and it might not be such a bad thing. Keep that in mind. Like if you have a lot of things to do that are not necessarily fun to do, and you start to get sidetracked on your little quest and end up having a really amazing, optimistic day, like that totally could happen with Mercury square Jupiter. I would say that if you are getting sidetracked and you have something very important to do, pay attention to that. Especially if you have like ADHD like me. I always have headphones on with frequencies. Frequencies really, really help me, my ADHD, and it helps me be able to focus on what I'm doing. So if you have something important to do, it's not like you can't do it this day, but it is going to be more of a dreamy energy. And if you are somebody that is connected into more of like the spiritual side of things, then this can be communication towards the undead. Mercury square Jupiter is really where you can get downloads coming in, especially because Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini, communication, and Pisces is that soul type of sign. Like it rules the 12th house, it rules our subconscious. So we could have some subconscious things come to light during this time, but it does bring this air of optimism to it. So just keep that in mind. Like if you are starting to get frustrated this day because you're like, I try to do this, and I can't do this. Like I can't focus. Well, maybe you're not meant to focus right now, and maybe there is a better way to go about things. This is what that Pisces energy is really going to give you. On February 21st, we do have a Sag moon again, so Sagittarius moon. And if you got like some epiphanies from the day before with the Mercury square Jupiter, you could use this day to take action on those epiphanies or explore them further. The thing with a Sagittarius moon, though, is when the moon's in Sagittarius with all this Pisces energy, it is creating a square tension with all of those Pisces placements that we have. The North Node, Saturn, Mercury, the Sun now, because the Sun's going to be in Pisces. And we also have, I'm forgetting one, Neptune. Neptune's there, of course. So when we have a Sagittarius moon during all this water energy, it does create a little bit of tension. It's going to create this feeling of maybe you are at a standstill and things are moving really slow, because Sagittarius energy is all about go for it, exploration, and Pisces energy is all about go with the flow, see how you feel, take your time. So if you are somebody that likes to move fast, this could be a frustrating day for you. And if you are somebody that has more water in your chart and you are somebody that likes to relax and take things a little bit slow, you could be at odds a little bit with your emotions and maybe feel a little bit more fiery than usual. Saturday, February 22nd, we honestly just have a super boring day. Like I said, this whole week, it's very light transits. Like some of you might feel it more heavily depending on your natal chart. Some of you might not really feel anything at all or any shift or any change, and it could feel more like a stalemate week. But on February 22nd, we're going to have the moon in Sagittarius. So we have this Sagittarius moon, and it's going to be moving into Capricorn at 5 p.m. Capricorn moons, I love them. Capricorn moons, it's the perfect time and perfect timing right now with all this Pisces energy. I don't know about you, but I've been crying more than usual. Not a bad thing to cry, but like I'm usually not a huge crier and I have been crying every single day. It feels like anyways. But a Capricorn moon really makes it so you can pull back from your emotions and see everything as like a big picture. So you can take your emotions out of the equation, especially if you are somebody that got distracted during your Mercury square Jupiter transit, which happened on the February 20th. That's when that happened, and you weren't able to get a lot of stuff done. Saturday and Sunday, because of that Capricorn moon, is going to be able to give you that opportunity in order to get things done. Because on February 23rd, which is Sunday, we have Mercury trine Mars. Mercury is our mental. Mars is our action and our drive. And yes, Mars is retrograde. Mars will go direct at 9 p.m. that night. So I'm so excited to talk about the following week with Mars direct. I feel like everybody is just going to get a boost of energy. I know I am because it's in my 12th house right now, retrograde. And I know a lot of Leos have been going through it anytime with the 12th house transit. Mercury trine Mars is going to give you a lot of mental energy, even though Mars is retrograde and it's more of an introspected time. I really feel like the energy is going to come within. So if you don't want to do something, it's going to be known. It's going to be apparent because Mars is not going to give you the mental energy or physical energy to do it. But your mind might be pretty busy this day. But a trine is natural, flowing, positive, amazing energy that you don't have to try to tap into. So with the water energy, Mercury and Pisces, like this is what water energy is all about. And this is why I know that a lot of my fire and air and even like some earth signs like are kind of going through it a little bit because this energy is different. This energy isn't, take action energy. This energy is, I don't know when I'm going to take action, but then boom, an idea comes to me and now I'm going to take action. Like Capricorn moon is going to help with that, with help taking a step back emotionally. So if you do have to get something done, like I said before, but this energy is really for you to be dreamy with it. And, it's Sunday, the day of rest, right? So if you feel like resting, you have a lot of new mental energy, read a book, utilize your brain. If you have a lot of mental energy, don't go into any negative thoughts. Dream about the future. Sure, get excited, but use your brain. Read a book. Do a crossword. Do something to redirect your focus. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, especially if you are interested in astrology like me, and I'll see you next week.